Welcome to Celebrating Act Two. Celebrating Act Two is the user manual for the second half of your life.
Well, good morning, John. How are you?
Hey, Art, you always say good morning, but it's not morning.
Oh, well,
Did you
that's
just wake up?
I did, and okay, it's 2 in the morning. That morning, okay. Well, we don't really know what time it is, do we? Because we're timeless. Okay, but um,
We do
uh,
know it's time for Michele Fabrega.
because we got a lot of holidays coming up, and she's got some really sound advice for us, I think.
She always does.
Well,
Let's bring her on. What are we
let's
waiting for?
let's see if she's there, Michelle. Well, hi there, Michelle.
Oh,
Hi, hi, great to be
Michelle.
here.
Oh, Michelle.
Hi, John. Hi, Art.
Good to see you again. Hey, Michelle, because it's holiday season and families gather around the holidays, but any family gathering, it seems to me, uh, it's mythical, almost mythical, it's legendary that there's always somebody who is a problem. I don't want to talk about my family, but there's typically somebody who is maybe they're just hard to get along with, and they sometimes ruin it for everybody. Just everybody gets together, and there's this one person who just rubs everybody the wrong way, and it makes some of us not want to go. And yet, it's a family gathering. We don't see each other that often. So, what do you do about that problem person at a big family gathering?
Yeah, love it. Well, this is an opportunity for you as to practice your skills around self-regulation and just holding, like staying on your own side of the net. So it can be actually, I like to think of it almost as a game. It can be kind of fun, actually. So my first idea around this is just to be friendly, kind, and respectful. And it might be difficult to do that, but when you take the high road, you always feel good, and there's just less likely to cause some kind of conflict or something to come along with you and this person.
Well, that's nice advice, Michelle, but I wanted you to fix them, not fix me. I'm
Sorry, John.
perfect.
I'm not in that business, but I get it. What That's what we really want, right? We'd love it if we could change somebody else, and we have that impulse, and it's totally normal. It's natural. Of course, we're
Well,
going to
let
have
me
that.
ask you. Let me ask you this: is there sometimes in these family gatherings one person who may be able to better control or deal with, or uh, can there be like a designated driver,
Like,
sort
yeah,
of?
like a handler, like they have for
Yeah,
wild
a
animals,
handler,
right?
right? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I'm saying that you could be that person if you know, and I have some more ideas too to share, but that's just my first kind of statement around it. And I just think that it is, obviously you can avoid that person as much as you can,
Sure,
right?
sure.
And definitely don't take the bait. So if they say or do something that is, upsetting to you, obviously if you need to intervene, I mean, you need to intervene, and trusting your own judgment around that. But sometimes they'll say something that's kind of a little offhand comment that isn't very kind to you. It's just okay, you
That
just let
that's
that go by.
Okay, but let's assume that
that's when I roll
Amazon.
my that's
uh,
when I roll my eyes and go, here they go again.
But let's
Yep,
say
yep, yep.
Amazon doesn't have same day delivery for a straitjacket. Okay. Okay. What are some of those strategies that you might say so that a guy like John doesn't go, you know?
Yeah, yeah. Well, actually, it can be a great test of your own keen observation. It's really great to attune to other people, and these are great relationship skills. So if you're noticing someone is getting triggered and or upset, well, same thing, I guess, by this particular person, you can take them aside and say, "Hey, how you doing? I just want to check in with you." Not in front of the person. Obviously, you go somewhere else and see if you can kind of talk them down a little bit from wherever they're revving up to, and you can be kind of a resource for them to just, oh yeah, this person really gets me stressed. It's like, yeah, I understand. What do you think would help you? So it's kind of like you can observe the situation and kind of be there for the greater good.
Good
Well,
advice.
I do.
Hard to do.
In this modern world, as we're all changing from horse and buggies to horseless carriages to now all electric vehicles at some point. Because John and I just spoke about that in another interview. It seems to me that there are a lot of family get-togethers by Zoom, so we can mute ourselves and then just go off on a rage on ourselves, or we can even shut the video so they can't see us going nuts, or we can pin ourselves as the primary person and lecture them. So I mean, there are all sorts of wonderful things that we can do with modern technologies. Do you think those are good things to do, or
Well, I don't know about the latter there, but the lecturing really never really works, right? It's just stressful for you maybe, and also the person listening to you. So, but it really, the important thing is not to take it personally, and to just remember often, and this is what I like to remind people of, often when somebody is, a problem or difficult, there's probably something really challenging going on for them. They're probably in some sort of pain, physical, emotional pain, something is troubling them. And if you can sit into that and have compassion for them and just kind of like, oh, wow, it's got to be hard for them. Not in a patronizing way, but in just a loving way. It can really make a difference in how you feel being around them. And then what you can kind of contribute to this energy as being like kind of a calming and a loving presence, really.
well,
Is that too
I think that what would be really useful for us is, because I don't think John and I have the patience to be patient because what happens is it builds over years and years and years. So I'm going to recommend that we put a camera at your next family get together when somebody terrible is going to be there, and see how you react. Okay, and
Right.
I don't
I'll
want
just
to.
put a GoPro up here,
Right,
and you can
right.
like, no.
But I don't want to hear you
Right,
coming
right.
back saying, "Do as I
Yeah.
say, not as I do."
Yeah, I mean, believe me, we all get messy, we say
Yeah.
something, whoops, we're suddenly upset and we,
Yeah.
speak out, and that happens. And then you just notice and, oops, I'm sorry, I wish I hadn't said that. Let me take a moment and say it again. So yes, of course. I mean, I'm totally not saying I'm perfect at this. I'm just saying it's sort of it's something to cultivate. It's like going to the gym. It's like we're working our muscle at calm and at non-reactivity. I mean, throws us things, right? People come into our world. It's an exercise. It's an opportunity to just work the skill of take a breath, and yeah, simple but not easy.
Sure. And you know that the family gathering's coming up. You know who's all going to be there, and so you can prepare for that. You can say, okay, I'm going to have to deal with cousin Fred again. This time I'm going to hold my tongue, or whatever.
Yeah, and
I'm
even
not going
check
to
in.
engage.
Yeah, right. And even you can check in if you're going with your partner. Check in with your partner. Will you please help me? I
Yeah.
know I'm going to get triggered. Squeeze my hand if something happens. It just there's a way to get support from someone. Quietly. In a secret way. Nobody else would know what's going on. But you're remembering that conversation you had in advance. It's great to be proactive and kind of prepare yourself.
Yeah.
Emotionally, mentally. I love that.
But what do I want to say that I'm going to share with both of you a secret that I have that's worked extremely well, because we don't have these problems anymore. Ever since I've told cousin Fred that the Colemans serve much better food. So
He comes to my house.
the biggest thing was that we got cousin Fred to go to the Colemans. Anyway, if people want to find out more about what you do and how you might be able to help them approach their relationships, what's the best place for them to go find out more about what Michele Fabrega is all about?
Yeah, well, I have a website, michellefabrega.com, and I work with individuals and couples. And yeah, contact me on the form there. There's my number. You can send me a message, email. My email address there too. Yeah, love to see what I can do to support people and having thriving relationships.
Good. And we'll see you at the next big family dinner.
Okay, and we're gonna save a seat for you. It was cousin Fred's seat.
I'll sit next to cousin Fred. Yeah.
Okay.
Perfect.
For more on Celebrating Act Two, visit our webpage, follow us on Facebook, subscribe to us on YouTube, and tell your friends. Celebrating Act Two is the user manual for the second half of your life.